Hey everyone, it's Linda and from Soul Genius, and welcome to my Facebook Live Thursday. So today I am coming to you from Chicago, which is my hometown. I'm so happy to be here. I just moved from Chicago probably about 9 months ago, and so I think this is probably the second or third time I've been back. But Chicago is home. It's where I grew up, it's where I lived my whole life, and it's always exciting for me to come here. Not just because I've been spending, days eating at some of the most amazing places, but home for me is, every corner of this city is about, who I was or who I grew up. It has different parts of me. I mean, I can't walk outside the door without, it sparking some memory or some part of my childhood or some part of who I was. I mean, I was a lawyer here for 16 years. I learned to write here. My love of writing was formed, just blocks away at the school that I went to. And so thinking about coming home really got me thinking about the importance of that in our branding message. So I wanted to sit and talk about what that means and why home, if you put it in quotes, home has to be part of your branding message. So what do I mean by that? Well, home is really who you are, like the heart of you. And way too often we forget to put it into our message. We get really wrapped up in our product or service, and we don't remember that we are an integral part of what we're offering out there. So home means all the things that you bring to the table, all the things you value, all the things that you love, and it means including your image and putting yourself out there so that people can see you and get to know you a little bit better. It means putting all of those pieces into your message. So when I work with clients, some of the things that I do is we first just start talking, and I ask them, what are some of your values? What have you done? Tell me where you're from. I learn a little bit about their life, even, do your kids, what's important to you? So I actually spend a lot of time focusing on that piece because so much of what we want to share with the world is in here. It's not just about, I don't know if you make bracelets or, I have a client that makes wine, or if you're a therapist, a health coach, it doesn't really matter whether you have a tangible product or if it's a service. Putting yourself in your message is really key because it connects. You want to talk to the people that are going to find you, and that you want to be real. And so that's part of what I tell people is don't forget home in your message. We really do actually spend a lot of time. And so I wanted to share with you a really simple exercise that I do with clients, especially clients who maybe they don't know exactly what their offerings are. There may be a health coach and they want to narrow them down, or they really don't know exactly what their business looks like because I do a lot of business coaching. So I tell them, okay, think of it this way. If you were going to go travel for a year and you had a suitcase and you only had a limited number of things that you wanted to bring, what are the things you're bringing from your past? That's the home stuff. Like, for example, when I started to choose to do this business, what did I want to bring with me? Well, I wanted to bring the directness of being a lawyer, my capabilities of writing. I didn't want the 9-to-5 job. I wanted to be able to work sort of flexibly. I wanted to bring some of those great creative things that I did from the past. And I wanted to help people. The things I didn't want to bring, I left behind. And so I tell people, think of it as packing a suitcase for a year, and you're going to bring a certain number of things. And so make sure that you're really picky about it. And that's the stuff that ultimately becomes your home, the thing that you want to share with people. And I tell them, don't forget to tell people where you come from or what's important to you. I think I launched my client Terry this week, and really she wanted to make sure the message of my family is key and first. It's why I even started doing this work in the first place. And so that gets built into your message. And if you don't put it in, you tend to end up not letting your client know something about you that'll bring them to the table. So do that suitcase exercise. Just think about it for a minute. What are you taking with? What are you leaving behind? And really sit down with a piece of paper and write it all out. And in there, put in your core values. What are some of the things that you learned from being in your home? So you want to put those down on paper, and that's a really great way to start out your brand and how you are different from everybody else, because that's going to be key. So that's all I'm going to talk about this week. I am excited to get out there and hang out in my city. And I'll be back in Colorado next week, and I look forward to talking to you again.